Hi Gemini, here is a general look at your solar chart for July 2016, and I've just done a video about the Saturn-Neptune transit and how it has been and will be affecting us, especially when it comes to getting clear information and making decisions. If any of you are interested in the EU referendum or the US presidential election, you might want to watch that one, and there should be a link to that somewhere around about here in the frame. And in the wider frame, well, here I am in another box on wheels, being a bit of a nomad. This one is actually a stationary one. Well, indeed it did arrive here, but it can be stationary, and it's really empty. It's got a couple of tables, a chair, a couple of cushions, a camera, and a few bits and bobs, I suppose, and me and you. And yeah, there's an exercise ball and stuff like that, but it's really cool. I think I'll keep it like this. So here we are. I want to speak about Saturn and Neptune, but before I do that, just quickly, you've got a lot of emphasis in the financial and property area for a large part of this month. We have the Sun there until the 22nd, and Mercury there until the 14th, and Venus there until the 12th. So that's a lot of emphasis on that area there, and conversations would have a very practical slant, thinking about maintaining or dumping or rearranging or acquiring, maybe. Also how to improve the incomings and the outgoings, and maybe conversations around those maybe as well, because you've got Saturn in the opposite sign. I'm just coming onto that at the moment. You're going to have to work harder at balancing your point of view and how you would like things with the opinion and the feelings and the general sort of comings and goings of another, maybe in close relationship, very likely. So, but that will be several, maybe others as well, with one main key other over the long transit, because the transit goes on until late 2017. However, to get back to the fast-moving inner planets, so then we have this very practical feel with conversations, etc., revolving around material matters, material security, possessions, and the like. And then they hop out of there and they go into the next area, which is far more up Gemini Street, and that's around about mid-month. Well, Venus goes in there on the 12th. And Mercury on the 14th, and that's more your sort of thing. That's mixing and mingling and hanging out with others, making contacts. Maybe there's some more paperwork there, though. It could be gathering information, you know, keeping your ear to the ground, listening for what's new on the block. Also, you being there with the information as well. So it could be about language, it could be about how things are interpreted. And also it could be about buying, selling, renting, any kind of negotiation type situation, actually, for the whole month. You know, around property, maybe, or you know, just thrashing out which is going to be the most lucrative way to do something, or indeed how to capitalize on certain resources. Maybe it's not money, maybe it's just, you know, how you can benefit from certain resources, including, and this goes for the whole month, particularly up until mid-month, including your own abilities, your own talents, your own skills. And then, as I say, from just before and mid-month on, then we have this mixing and mingling, you picking up info, and you having this sort of stream of information exchange, stream of interaction. But it's also a great time for creative self-expression as well, and teaming up with another, very much so, whole month, to share the load, to kind of brainstorm with, but also to just enjoy what you have as well, and get better organized, and maybe take a trip together, or get a ticket for something, or you are in a dynamic duo on a project, something like that. And then you can be quite articulate, and there can be more entertaining environments around from the 12th but you can be very articulate, being very persuasive. That's what I was trying to say. So that's the time that you should really go in with that Gemini ability to be skilled in sort of people situations. Most of you are, not all, because we're all different, but and that's a good time there for the buying and selling, or to settle feuds, or to sort of smooth out ruffle. But like I say, from the middle of the month as well, or just before the middle, it could be more paperwork. And Mars is in a sector, a very practical mood Mars is in, figuring out how to manage, operate, fix anything related to health, work, fitness, but also to the jobs that have to be done on a daily basis. Now, to get finally to Saturn and Neptune, well, you've got this very long transit of Saturn in your opposite sign. So this comes around once every 28, 29 years. For some of you, this is the first time. For some of you, it's the third time. And also possible at this time is you just got to be more patient as things kind of slowly evolve and kind of shape together. Maybe it's like that. Maybe because of another, you were feeling a bit pinched and squeezed. Your style is being cramped. It inhibits your will sometimes. But you know, this is just about finding ways to get on with each other, really. And in some cases, though, this can be a make or break aspect. And if it's a breaking aspect, then just give thanks and move on. If it's a making aspect, then you want to put things on a more formal footing. You want to get it all kind of signed up and proper. Now, the current, and you Geminians, sorry, born the 29th of May, or to the 2nd of June, or with 9 to 12 degrees rising. You're going to feel the energy the most at the moment, but those of you just on either side and even a bit further either side are still going to feel that quite strongly. But that's right on the nail there. And now Saturn and Neptune, though, are very close by degree, have been over June and will be over July, and will be again over September and a little tiny beginning bit of October, and then that's it. And this definitely brings an uncertainty into our lives, and we don't have enough of clarity to make decisions. We can feel like that anyway. Well, whatever it's about, whether it's about referendums, elections, or things going on in our personal lives. So we almost like we got to keep, I mean, somebody famous, well, that was Winston Churchill actually, who said, you know, if the situation is like this for you when you're in hell, just keep going. Because what's your choice, you know? So it can be like that. Maybe it's not as dire as that at all for you, but you could be questioning your purpose or your identity in the wider world. You could be getting more questions than actual answers. And you could be also questioning establishment figures, the status quo. Why do things have to be XYZ way? Why does bosses have to be XYZ, teachers or whoever they are, depending on where you're at in your life? And you could be feeling quite disillusioned even with the powers that be, certain powers that be, and who are more concerned with their own interests really, while maintaining that they're caring and they're looking for ways to make society better. Actually, what they're really about is getting more power for themselves. So whatever it is, sorry, I've got a bit of a bee in my body at the moment, having wall-to-wall EU referendum, 24 hours a day. Well, it feels like 24 hours. Just wish it would go away. I am not really a political animal at all. But anyway, the people around me are. So one must have an opinion and make a comment, I suppose. Well, that's the way I see it. Now, you must find a path which allows you to contribute in your own unique way, which is supportive and serves, because of the position of Neptune. And I have mentioned Neptune, if you've listened to these before, I've mentioned Neptune quite a bit for Geminis. It's going through your career area, and you have to, Neptune is about no boundaries. Neptune is about, just like going with the flow. But if it's in the career area, that's really difficult. So you've got to find a way to, be your own individual person, at the same time as being supportive and finding a way to serve and help others. And now in some professions, that's a piece of cake, literally, you know, like in kind of cookery, cuisine, because of course it's helping to feed people, or it's helping people to do their hair, or it's helping people to give them a massage, or it's helping people to drive them in a taxi or a bus, or, you know, it's, in fact, there's not a lot that I could name in the way of career that wouldn't be helpful if we had the right attitude. So, you know, even a politician could be helpful if he had the right attitude. Yes, I know. Oh, it's a pig flying across the sky there. So anyway, this advent of Saturn, I'm sorry, I'm getting off my soapbox now, I promise, but of Saturn coming in to the orbit of Neptune, and Neptune to Saturn, but you know, they're close, very close at the moment, allows you to draw that line in the sand, you know, to get more clear, to get more definite about things, remaining true to your own path as well. So if you're trying to make up your mind about something very, very important, go with what you know already. Go, you know, get the static off the line. Stop chasing down the hallways or the long tunnels of other people's echoey, loud, clamoring thoughts. Just let it all go quiet and come from a place of calm. And when you think of that way, see what it makes you feel like, without the other voices telling you what to do. And when you think of that way, see what it makes you feel like. And if either way makes you kind of go, that's the way to go. Even though your mind might be saying something different. Okay, so anyway, that is one way of doing it. Of course, you may be way ahead of me there, and you know full well where to go to get that gut opinion. But the thing is, Gemini is a thought follower. You know, can go down lots of rabbit holes, and other signs are as well. Mine is too. So it's just stilling all that. So enough already. You know, just be in the quiet. I mean, when we wake up in the morning, maybe if we haven't got to leap out of bed, then that's a time, or indeed at night if you're not too tired, is just to kind of yeah, this feels better. It's not what I'm telling myself, it just feels better. So now, where was I? Yes, so Mars is in a sector which emphasizes the practical side of things. So you can really be getting on with repairs, maintenance, you know, maybe having more to do with service providers, skilled people, getting your hand around details, mechanical details, or just the how to do things. And keeping up with daily duties. Also health matters come under this area here that Mars is going through. And so you might have to be being more proactive and dynamic with health and well-being, or because of somebody else's concerns and sort of, you know, unusual activities because they are looking after their health and well-being, and you or indeed somebody else is looking after them, and you're alongside. So it can be a little bit like that as well. You let's see, where we got that. No, I gave you that, didn't I? So that's all right. That's the 29th of May to the 2nd of June. And then we've got Jupiter, of course, at the root of your chart for quite a while, until September anyway, which isn't that very long now, even though I'm speaking to you this in early June. But anyway, this transit helps settle you emotionally and can create a sense of belonging. This is a great time actually to relocate. This is a great time to do a property deal. This is a great time to get access to places on the map, or venues, or whatever they are, that you feel better in, that you prefer. This is a great time to enjoy more where you live, and maybe add annexes and extensions in some way, as if, you know, but if you can, or indeed just you know, make it feel more spacious inside. Jupiter loves space. Or maybe just have access to more outside as well. So that's the kind of thing that can happen with Jupiter there. But of course, Jupiter's not going to wave a magic wand. None of them are going to wave magic wands, although Saturn seems to, without us doing anything. But Jupiter, you know, you need to start reaching out so as not to miss the goodies that are in the pipeline that Jupiter can bring. You Geminians born from the 6th to the 14th of June and with 16 to 23 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most. But also you might find that there's more people coming into your home. That can be a way of expanding in the space. So it's not the actual space expanding. It's sort of like, well, it could be bulging at the seams, but it's actually you've got more going on in your space. And for Neptune, it's more likely that you could be more the facilitator, the supporter in your career. You know, what you're known for. And if you're in healing or spirituality or the arts or anything that really does cater to others' well-being, perfecto. And you Geminians born 30th of May to the 3rd of June, or with 10 to 13 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most, and that's it for July. If you know your rising sign, your moon sign, listen to those. And also this material is written up on DianaGarland.com, and the video should be there, fingers crossed. I think that's it. I'll see you the next time.